Match reaction, Arsenal 3, Manchester United 1. Get your thoughts and opinions in on that game in the comments. First of all, your reaction to that game.
Well, from euphoria to despair, that's all I can describe it. Thought the first half was excellent. I thought Erik ten Hag sent his team out. They stuck to the plan. I thought they just stifled Arsenal. Thought the first half was fantastic. The breakaway, that's what I was expecting. Rashford, fantastic goal. But the first half, I just thought United contained them. The only disappointment was 35 seconds later after we scored. It's a dangerous period. They just scored. I think United were just ball watching. That was disappointing. But the second half, it was in and out. And like I say, it was from euphoria to despair.
Do you think Erik ten Hag in the first half then got his tactics spot on in terms of the positional play where we was playing more or less in our half, where we looked comfortable? It was just at times certain players just weren't on it with the passing further up the field.
Up the field, I think it was all about possession. Keep the ball, keep the passing, don't give it away. That's exactly what it was. And Arsenal never got in a rhythm at all in that first half. Even when they equalised and the euphoria was with them, and they still didn't get the game going. United just then stuck to the plan, kept the ball, kept passing back on Arna, full-backs, midfield. Everything was working fine. And I just thought to myself, let's get this second half. Arsenal have to come out and United will just break away again. And then at some point there, one or two chances. And then we got the goal with Garnacho, ruled offside. And there was the despair.
Sticking into the first half, Saka challenge on Bruno, it was looked at, for you, was that a red card or the correct decision with a yellow card?
Possibly. I've seen a red card with that, but, it wasn't given. Yellow card, maybe, I don't know, but there was one or two tackles in there. But at the end of the day...
We had one ourselves as well with Lindelof on, I think it was Nketiah as well.
Yeah.
He actually went for his head with his foot.
Yeah,
so
he did,
I need to look at it again, but from where I was sat, that looked a red card for me.
Yeah.
But going into that second half, Manchester United had a lot more chances than they did in the first half, a lot more of a goal threat.
Yeah, they looked more of a goal threat. Early on, straight away, I thought to myself, Martial's not holding the ball here, but he got into the game. When he was taken off, Højlund come on, you could see the difference that player is going to make to Manchester United. He just pushed and bullied the centre half. He's created the chances, tried to hold the ball up, but United moved forward with him. They backed him up, and there was a couple of opportunities there. Thought Rashford had a chance there to score a goal, but they had one or two chances. But overall, I thought United were well in the game until Erik ten Hag made the substitutions. He was forced into the Harry Maguire substitution. That was fine. You have to accept that. But I just never will understand why he brought Lindelof on and brought Johnny Evans on. That, to me, was criminal. I just could not believe that.
Why?
There was no need. I thought Lindelof was having an excellent game. You're bringing a defender off for a defender off with 15 minutes to go. And you expect them to come back. But United were doing the attacking as well. But I just don't...
So what do you think Lindelof was giving them what Johnny Evans wouldn't give, if you know what I mean? What's Johnny Evans not got that Lindelof has?
Listen, Lindelof was in the game. Lindelof understood the game. He understood how to pass the ball, work with the other back four to bring somebody on like Johnny Evans, who's 35, at that stage of the game. Absolutely no need. There was no need for it at all.
So do you think it actually disrupted that back four in how they were originally playing? Obviously, like you say, Maguire had to come on for the injured Martinez, but we also had Dalot at left back, that's not his natural position.
Well, it disrupted it because you had two centre-halves what hadn't been on the pitch long enough, right, to understand the game, to understand how to pass the ball to the midfield and then pass it back to the goalie and then just sort of like work your way into the game. That was the disruptive part. Two centre-halves who had hardly had any game time at all, who weren't in the game and didn't understand it, had not played first-team football for Man United since God knows when. And that was the disruptive part. I understand the Maguire, but Johnny Evans, to have two centre-halves who don't understand what's going on the pitch, was criminal.
Like we say, though, at one point, we thought we'd near enough won it with that Garnacho goal, what was ruled offside. For you, offside?
Yeah,
I know it was on the VAR checking that, but from where we were sitting at one point, it looked like, was it Gabriel's head, keeping him on side?
Well, with the VAR, it looked like the Gabriel, but I just don't understand the lines. But at first sign, when I seen it, I thought to myself, he's gone too quick. But he just carried on, and that's what you've got to do. And it was a fantastic finish, but unfortunately,
it was probably our best move of the game as well. But was it between Højlund and Casemiro, then to Garnacho?
Yeah.
Probably our best move.
I think that's why we nearly hit the roof, me and you, because it was a fantastic move, great link-up play, and that's what you're going to see with Højlund. But I have to turn around and say Dalot and Wan-Bissaka played fantastic today, right through the game. I thought Saka and Martinelli, most of the game, they were kept quiet. They were forced out wide, kept out wide, didn't really create too much. And then I just look at the two wingers, Rashford and Antony. I thought they played really, really well. They'd done the job, what was told by Erik ten Hag. Come back, help the midfield, crowd it out, which is what I expected before the game. And that's exactly what the plan was. And I thought the game they played was to stifle and cut out Arsenal in the attack. And that's what happened. And Manchester United kept the ball. They were in no rush. And then the second half, like I say, 15, 20 minutes from the end, that's when it all started changing. And I'm absolutely...
Is it not a concern, though, for you that, again, we've had another defeat away from home against one of the top sides?
Yeah, of course it's a concern, but at the end of the day, I can look and say to myself, I can pinpoint the last 15, 20 minutes, two inexperienced centre-halves.
In terms of game time this year?
Just game time. Them two players shouldn't be at Manchester United. They came on the pitch, did not know what to do, did not know how to communicate, did not know the tactics and what was going on. It was an intense game of football there at the back for both sides because they didn't want to make mistakes. And them two, as far as I was concerned, were frightened to death. And it's just unfortunate. Martinez went off, but to bring on Johnny Evans, and I'll say it again, it's absolutely criminal.
Was it a surprise as well with Evans that, the speed, the wide players for Arsenal, let's face it, they're electric. And when you're bringing Johnny Evans on as well, who's not got the speed, was that a concern for you then? What was ringing through your head when he come on?
Listen, he came on, and if Lindelof wasn't injured, then Erik ten Hag has made a big, big mistake there. I don't think he needed to do it. Bringing Garnacho on, I thought was the right thing to do. Change it up, give a bit of fresh legs and that, which was right because you had Højlund there and Højlund was battling away. And to have Garnacho with him, I thought was the right move. But we lost it with them two centre-halves. And I'm not blaming Maguire. I'm
just pointing out a tactical.
I'm just pointing out something there that two centre halves who hadn't got a clue what was going on and are not used to the intensity of that game, and that's where it failed us. I still thought we had chances though, but
in the second half, definitely.
Yeah, definitely in the second half. Arsenal had chances as well, but I thought the disruption, what happened in the midfield, was our downfall. At the centre half was our downfall, and Erik ten Hag's got to take some of the blame for that because unless Lindelof was injured, then there was no need to bring him off. I thought he was working excellent with Wan-Bissaka.
How do you think the midfield looked today? There's been a lot mentioned about the midfield in recent games that they've been too far apart from each other, but they looked a lot more. A lot more at ease with each other in today's game, I thought, with the passing between each other.
Yeah, I think what you have to look at that is Onana. The way he was just passing the ball, bringing in the midfield players. He was using Martinez hell of a lot today. He was using the ball.
Casemiro and Eriksen.
Casemiro. I thought Eriksen was playing good football today. Casemiro, little bit ropey at the start, and then he got into the game. But I thought they were solid. I didn't really see any big problems. Now, that was Arsenal. Right. Where was the intensity? It wasn't there until the last 15, 20 minutes. So I think they'll look at it as though they've got out of jail. That's how I think they'll look at it. Yes, they've scored the goals, but at the end of the day, they were worried today. And for 75 minutes, maybe 80 minutes, they were really under pressure. The crowd was under pressure. The players, I thought at some point during the game, they'd lost the will to attack. I thought they would just resign themselves to getting a draw, and it looked that way at one point. And I think the Garnacho goal revitalised the crowd, set it alight, and then they just came at it and didn't worry. I think they just realised that they could go through United, and that's what they ended up doing, going through United, because they'd lost it. They'd lost the confidence, the understanding of how to play football at the back. As we've seen for 80 minutes, 75 minutes, that football, the confidence was all there. And then they just lost the way.
Do you think
Poor.
Rashford and Anthony though worked well at times though today in defence, tucking in, especially in the first half, to crowd out that midfield?
I thought they played excellent. The way they came back, helped out, tucked in. Anthony there rushing back up and down the line like a yo-yo. To be honest with you, I thought he had an excellent game.
Seemed to fade in the second half though. I thought, Anthony, do you?
Yeah, well, you can expect that with the amount of running. Do you know what I mean? And that's what the substitutes are there for. But the amount of running he did, the work rate, everything was excellent. Rashford there at times could have looked up a little bit more, could have had one or two opportunities, better opportunities. But overall, I thought for 75, 80 minutes, I thought the team stuck to the plan, played well. I thought Erik ten Hag's plan was excellent. Absolutely excellent. Going away to Arsenal, keeping the ball, that was the main thing, and stopping them playing. And that's what United did.
With you saying his plan was excellent, is the only question mark then about the Johnny Evans substitution?
No need for it.
Yes.
I think it totally disrupted the confidence at the back. When Maguire come on, the crowd was jeering and everything. And then I think when Johnny Evans come on, I thought Arsenal looked at that and went, we've got a chance here now. And that was the problem, because what it was, the back four and the midfield lost the link-up play. And it just went. We couldn't keep hold of the ball. And that was the problem.
Some positive signs today from the substitute new boy, Højlund. Expect him to start going forward surely on today's performance again from Martial.
He looked a beast. He just looked a big, strong lad. Held the ball up well, bustled, pushed, fought for the ball. Everything you want. He was the out ball. Excellent. So going forward, looking at Højlund, I think things will improve there. I think the attack will improve. But overall, I mean, it was just a bad ending. Total despair. That's what it was.
Yeah, going to wrap it up there. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Like I said before, get your thoughts and opinions in on the game. Support the channel as well and smash that like button. And we'll be back on Monday with another video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and we'll see you on Monday. Thank you.
Thank you.